Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. Time to grab your coffee. Got mine. It is day 4 of Maternal Mental Health Week and day 4 of the Maternal Health and Wellness Network Instagram Lives. We've got a lot of amazing, awesome people in store for you today. One of which is Mary. It's coming on right now. Good morning, everybody. Hey. Hi, Christina. We are waiting for her. We will bring her in. Awesome stuff. She's got a fan base. This is great. So excited. Looking forward to speaking with her. Really awesome stuff in store for you today. And don't forget, if you can't participate in the live one, all of these videos are going to be up on our YouTube page. So you can definitely go there and catch up with the ones that you might have missed. So we're still waiting, huh? Waiting. Let's see. Hey, everybody. Like a sister support. Hey, nice to have you. Oh, I think she's here. Let's see. What did I do?
Hey!
Oh, hi. There you are.
Oh my God, I had some technical difficulties.
That's okay. It was like, it just said waiting. I'm like, oh no.
My God. I had to enable something. I don't know. I don't understand anything. I'm here though. Hello. Good morning.
You are here. Good morning. All right.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well.
Really excited to talk with you this morning.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
Shall we just dive right in? What are the rules?
Let's do it.
Rules? All right, let's roll.
Let's do it. Do you want to introduce yourself really fast?
Probably a really good idea. That's probably the right answer. So I wear a few hats. So I'm the director of outreach and education at Postpartum Support Virginia.
Amazing.
We're a nonprofit just trying to get education and resources to like all families in Virginia. So no big deal. Totally fine. And then I'm a therapist.
Awesome.
Normally in downtown Fairfax, but now in my computer. How about
you?
Yep. Okay.
On my computer. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's definitely been an adjustment. Right.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
But fine. I mean, we're winging it, right? And then,
it is what it is.
Yeah, we got to do it. And then I'm also a mom. So I have 2 girls. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. And I had postpartum anxiety mainly with the 5-year-old, some depression, but like if you had diagnosed me, it would have been like the anxiety was the thing.
Yep.
And then definitely like a much better experience with the 2-year-old. I think just like knowing the triggers that I was going to have and setting up some resources and things like that. So definitely bring that into all of what we do, right? Like you can't help it. So
yeah. Yep.
So anyway, so the thing I'm talking about today is sort of, like retraining your thoughts, or I also like to think of it in this way, like honoring your thoughts and then providing some other options, right?
Yes.
So it's something more like that.
Yep.
But it's just another tool to stop that spinning brain. When I talk to to clients, it seems like things with new moms especially are super cyclical. I don't know if you have that experience.
Totally. Absolutely. It's almost like the thought continues, and as it continues, it worsens and worsens. And as it continues, it happens more often and worsens and worsens. So it's turning into this like massive thing, and it gets to a point where you can't even get it out of your mind.
Right. And I think it starts normally. These thoughts start with something not terrible, right? It's like, I love my baby.
Yep.
I want to do what's best for them. And by the time we're at the end of the cycle, it's like, I'm the worst mom that ever existed and I shouldn't have been allowed to have children. It's like, where did that go off the rails?
Yes.
So
exactly.
So a lot of it is like, is mapping that. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is thought
Great.
mapping. So
Perfect.
So yeah, again, going cyclical, and it goes with like the CBT principle
Mm-hmm.
that your thoughts control your behaviors, right?
Yep.
So if you can control your thoughts, you can control your behaviors, which is a lot easier said than done,
right? Yeah, seriously.
So that's really hard, right? It's a simple principle, but actually doing it is not easy.
Right.
And also, the harder you try to control your thoughts, the harder it is, right? So like if I say to you, right, whatever you do, don't think about an elephant wearing a top hat. Like
I'm thinking of an elephant right now.
You're welcome.
I've got Dumbo.
But right, so I think I hear a lot of new moms and moms in general and people in general just say like, I shouldn't be thinking about this. I'm trying not to.
Yeah. Yes.
And essentially what we're doing is giving that thought more power in our brain by saying like, I shouldn't be thinking about this. Let's push it down. That doesn't work. So we're gonna work on that too.
Awesome. Amazing.
So the goal of the thought map itself is to take it out of your brain and put it on paper, right? Yep. So now it doesn't just live here, it comes out and it lives on paper. Yes. Which ends up involving different parts of your brain, right? Because now you're looking at it and it's becoming more narrative and it's, right? So we're transforming it. You no longer own it, brain, to do whatever you want with it.
On a physical piece of paper.
Yep. Exactly. And that can serve as sort of a grounding exercise down the road once you have this map, right? So that's sort of the goal. So I was figuring we would just do one.
Perfect.
Together. I actually already did. I did a thought map COVID edition. I'm going to show it to you guys.
Awesome. So perfect.
Right? So it looks like this.
Yeah.
My thoughts apparently go counterclockwise. Yours don't have to. I'm not really sure why mine go counterclockwise, other than maybe it's because I'm Jewish. I don't know. I'm not sure. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you, this is sort of like, I put together a lot of the different people I've been talking to about COVID and being pregnant and being new moms. And I sort of like created a person and like put it in here. So essentially what it starts with is, this time hasn't been what I expected, right? Valid.
Yep. I'm sure a lot of us can agree.
Yet, right? We're there.
Not off the rails.
Right? And then
it's the next just a low simmer.
Yeah, just turn on the heat, but we're fine so far.
Yep.
I feel sad and disappointed, right? Also super valid.
Yep.
We got you. Then the next one goes slightly off the rails, and it's, my baby won't get what she needs. I think we're all doing that as moms, right? Like, oh my God, he's learning, and my kid's not hanging out with people, right? So
yes,
my baby
too much screen time, all of that, right?
There's no too much screen time, just for the record. Side note. Okay. And then the next thought on here is, I can't get a break, right?
Yep.
And then the next one is, I have no support, right? And the next one is, I can't do this. I hate this. And then the next one is, I'm a bad mom. So we've now gone from something like super valid, which is, this time hasn't been what I expected.
Yep.
To, I'm a bad mom, which, again, we went completely off the rails, right? So now we're going to edit it. And I have my markers. You can use whatever colors you want.
So good.
There's no rules. And you're going to help me edit this. So you're sort of like, we're trying just to poke holes in some of this and be kind to this person that's thinking these thoughts.
Yep.
But also provide some other possibilities for these thoughts. So this time hasn't been what I expected. So that's valid. So I'm going to draw a heart there, because I think we're going to be really kind to this person who's having this thought that's super valid, right?
Yep.
But also there's some things that are happening from this time that aren't what I expected, but have ended up being, weirdly positive. Like my partner's home, right?
Yep.
What else?
I get to spend more time with my kids.
More time. Yeah. I get to go slower. That's been one of mine.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm not trying to get anybody ready for anything. Like, it's been slower.
Jammy days all day.
Jammy day. Yeah. Like, let's watch movies. There's no, whatever.
Yep.
So we're just adding that to the side of this. Love it. Right?
Yep.
So I feel sad and disappointed. Also valid. But are there other feelings that we're having? What are some other feelings that we're having in this time that are not sad and disappointed? Right. Maybe it's comforting to have people home. So I'm going to write that.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got?
Maybe you feel some sort of safe. You feel safe being at home, right?
Okay, yeah, I like that one. Right? And we're not judging these. Okay?
Nope.
We're just writing them in. Okay? Then we're going to say, my baby won't get what she needs. And oftentimes clients say this to me as they're snuggling this child in their nook. I've watched them breastfeed them, like as soon as the baby coos, right? Like they're clearly in tune, right? So we're going to poke holes in this thought, which is my baby won't get what she needs. And what she's getting is connection, right? What else? She's
love.
Love, okay? She's getting food. What do babies really need? They need food,
sleep,
comfort. They need sleep.
Yep.
You're attending to their needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm writing this all down. So then we've gotten to I can't get a break, which I understand can feel like that right now, especially if your postpartum plan was like, my in-laws are going to come over.
Sure.
Like, you know what I mean? My mom's going to come stay with me for whatever. So how can you get a break, right? So then we start saying, like, let's work with your partner or with anybody that you're with at home to get you. And again, we're slowing the goal down. Let's get you 30 minutes a day. Let's just start there, because I think what happens too is that people are like, I can't get any time to myself. They're thinking like, I want a whole day, which we all do, right? But let's start with 30 minutes. So we're going to write 30 minutes a day. Who can teamwork that with you? So it's maybe a partner.
Yep.
Maybe your mom, maybe you are seeing your mom, or maybe your mom lives with you. So we're going to just add the people who can be supportive. Okay. Then we're going to say, I have no support is where the next thing goes, right? And I just saw someone, I think Maureen said, connecting more with friends online. So I'm going to write Zoom calls with friends, right?
Yep.
Because those are ways you can get support. What else?
Absolutely.
What else could you do?
You could reach out to your therapist.
Yeah, this is a really good time to go to therapy, by the way.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. Absolutely.
No, that's great. You could do you could find an online support group.
Yep. There you go.
There's a million of those right now, right?
Yes, so, there are.
Like, this is the time. So it might feel like you have no support, but maybe there are some things that are out there for you. Maureen says online group. Okay, cool. So we'll like underline that. And then you go up and it says, I can't do this, or I hate this, or whatever. And I hear a lot of that too. Like, I don't think I can do this. And what I often say to new moms or to anybody is, you already are. Right. So we're going to change that thought to,
I
already are. Like, it's going to require no more things than what you already are. Right. And then finally, we're up at the top where it says, I'm a bad mom. I don't cross any of the thoughts out except for this one. Okay. Because this is an old narrative that you had to be a certain way to be a good mom. Okay.
Yes.
So we're crossing out I'm a bad mom, and we're writing, again, all the things that we have now seen this person do, or that we know this person has done to be, that's a good mom. Look, I saw you snuggle your baby when she was getting upset, right? You snuggled her right in, right? She felt so content with you that she got comforted and stopped crying, like, immediately, right? So you fed her. You're taking care of her needs. Look at how warm she looks. Like, you got her, like, swaddled in that,
Look at the way she's staring at you. Look at the way, right?
Exactly.
All
like,
of
hey,
that.
You just told me that you made a therapy appointment. Like, you taking care of you and you being a good, mentally well mom is the best thing that you can do for your kid. Like, good for you. You're brave. You're vulnerable. Like, all of that is solid, right? So now what we have here is a completely different map. So I will hold it up for you all. See what we did here. Right?
Yes.
So now
completely different,
right? Do you see, like, how
so great?
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do now. Even though that first cyclical process is still present, and we're gonna honor it, right? Because that thought process is trying to show you something. Correct? Like, it's trying to tell you something. It's trying to like like give you, but what we're going to say to this is thank you so much for that. I got it from here.
Yeah.
Okay. So now what you can do is this thought process can still be here, but now what you have is other possibilities. So the goal, the deal you make with yourself is that I'm going to go ahead and go through this cyclical thought process, but I'm also going to take time at each one of these moments to allow the other possibilities in. So now when I say this time hasn't been what I expected, that's validated, but also I'm looking at, yeah, but I've had more time and I've been able to go slow. My partner's home. So there are some things that I've enjoyed, right? I feel sad and disappointed and, right, also safe and comforted. My baby won't get what she needs, but now I have a whole list of things that she does get, that she's that I have been attending to her needs, that there is connection and love, and, you know, I can't get a break, and I've now problem solved that 30 minutes with the help of my right. I have no support, but I've now listed all of the support that I can bring in. A Zoom call with friends, I'm going to do that, right? Online support groups, my therapist. I can't do this, but then there's this big colorful thing that says you already are. So we have to let that in, right?
Yep.
And then I'm a bad mom. We're not doing that. There's a million reasons here why I am a good mom, and it's here, right? So you're allowing for those other possibilities as well. So that's the deal you're making. I can do this thought and I can stay in the cycle, but I'm also just poking holes in it and allowing for these other possibilities, right?
Yes.
And this is a really good way to engage with other people too. You don't have to do this with a therapist, but you can do it with a partner. You could do it with friends. You know, your friends who are always like, when you're like, I feel like I'm the worst mom. And they're like, incorrect. Like, you do not talk about my friend like that. And then they like give you all the reasons. Like, those are the people you want to do this.
Do it with.
Right?
Yeah,
if your mother adds anxiety to your life, do not do this with her. See what I'm saying? You're picking those people who are really positive and build you up. So it engages you with others, which is also a way to fight any sort of trauma or negative feelings. And there's also no wrong way to do this. Again, I don't know why my thoughts go counterclockwise. If yours go clockwise, like, please do that. If your thoughts are
I'm trying to
I don't
think.
know, right? I'm confused by myself.
Well, I'm wondering if, I don't know.
Whatever you want to do.
All good. I think mine would be a maze or something.
Yeah, and that's fine too, right? If it's linear, if you feel like yours is more linear, like flow chart,
mine would,
do it. Like, do that. The idea is just that you honor those thoughts and then you offer some other possibilities. That's the main point of this exercise.
Sure. And I think what you said about honoring the thought is really, really important, because I think, especially as moms, and I think this goes for even, intrusive thoughts, as we know, kind of cycle, right? And it repeats itself. And I think it's important to honor it and allow it to be a thought. And then,
we're basically firing the judge that lives in our brain by doing this, right? Because I think anytime you hear yourself saying, like, I shouldn't be or I should be, that's judgmental, right? Right? So we're firing the judge and we're saying, it's not that I shouldn't be thinking this, right? Like, I'm thinking this for a reason. There's something that's bothering me, or I'm feeling, right? Like, there's something coming up for me about that. So we're not going to say I shouldn't be feeling that and fire that. You were firing that judge and saying, okay, so I see that that's a thing, but I'm also going to take back control and figure out what other again, it's just other possibilities. Fire the judge.
Exactly.
Out.
Bye. Out. That is.
I don't know. I like that. And then what I think happens is the more you do it, the more you can do it on the fly in your own brain.
Yes. Yeah. It'll come to you more, I don't know, easier maybe?
Yeah, I think it becomes more natural if you're like
more natural.
You have a judgmental thought and you're like, wait a second, what else could be a possibility here? Right.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And you don't even necessarily have to write it in,
No, you don't.
Like, all of that could just be going on.
Right. But I've also heard from clients that, like, they take this home and when they're spinning out, they take it out. And again, it's a tangible grounding way of saying, like, wait a second, like, let's go back through this, right? So you can do it that way first. And then the goal is eventually that you're kind of monitoring your own judge a little bit, more naturally.
Yes.
And again, those thoughts, the thoughts that I wrote in black ink, that's okay. We're honoring too. There's no wrong thought here. But we just want to see, why is this winning? Is this an old narrative of what mom used to be? Because we're getting rid of that too. So again, like, just kind of monitoring those things too. But the idea is, you're really doing it in a creative, hands-on way, taking it out of your brain, putting it on paper, and editing it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We've solved all of the world's problems here today by 9:20 a.m.
Oh, we're so good. We're so good. That deserves a sip of coffee.
So,
awesome.
Anybody else have any questions about that, or how we do it, or?
So, how would you do? Say you had an intrusive thought that looked exactly the same the entire time. It was how would you create one of those for one particular thought?
So I would do just that. Like, I would break it down, because I think sometimes people with, I've had intrusive thoughts too. And it seems so fast from one point to the next, to the next, to the next. So I think that's when you talk it out with somebody, like, again, a friend, a therapist, whatever, and have them write what they're hearing. I think when clients do this with me, like, they don't see the where it went off the rails piece, right? It seems like one cohesive thought from, I want to breastfeed my child, to, I can't do this, I hate everybody, and, like, my kid's going to get sick and die, right? We've now gone, like, completely off the rails.
Yes.
But for someone who's in that thought,
we don't have an awareness of when it happened.
No.
Yeah.
No. So that's why it's helpful to have someone else who's like, well, wait a second, you started here, and the first two thoughts normally are either helpful or kind, and that's what it gets you. It tricks you into to like, right?
Yeah.
To, like, trusting that thought or that voice, and then all of a sudden you're beating yourself up, and it's like, so I think it helps to have someone else, do the narrative of, like, okay, what I'm hearing from you is, like, it starts off okay, and then you completely went off the rails with this third, fourth, and fifth step, and now all of a sudden, like, wait a second.
It's literally like dissecting the thought.
Correct. And then a lot of times you can say to them, if your friend came to you and this is what they were thinking, like, what would you say to them? And it's easier somehow for us to edit the thought of, a good friend of ours than it is for us to edit our own. So we can do it that way, right? Which is, what would you say to another new mom who was doing this to themselves?
Yeah.
And then you edit it out and give it to them. And they're like, wow, I never thought of these things. Because the thing about an intrusive thought, right, is that it takes over your brain, and it sounds a lot like your kind self, but it is not, right? So that's why you got to shake that up a little bit. Get someone else to bear witness to that thought, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yep.
So I think that part's really helpful. But I would just dissect it. I think part of it is really figuring out, where does this take a left turn?
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's been pretty helpful for me in my own life, and also for clients and in groups. And that's another place you can do that, is in a group.
Yes.
Because
that's a great idea.
Because all the other women doing this for the one person that you're doing this thought map for get healed by it too. Right?
Yes. Yeah. In one way or another, it definitely, can relate to them, or they can find something that, oh, hey, you know what? I've said that to myself before.
Right. Like, why is it so much easier for me to edit it than someone else? Like, wait a second.
And doing something like this can happen through all these Zoom groups as well.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be in person, so everybody can be doing it, remotely.
For sure.
Definitely.
So I think all of those are good ways to use this time while we're home. Go slow, and kind of, like, be kinder to yourself. Again, the judge is out. Yes, Maureen, I will post the thought map somewhere. Yes, Maureen.
Awesome.
Yeah. Any other questions about that? I mean, I'm happy to talk it through with anybody else, but I can do that.
It seemed like a lot of people liked Fire That Judge.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah.
So good. Let's see. Somebody said, I would love 30 minutes a day or even every other day, right?
No, that's fine.
For yourself. Definitely.
Start 15 minutes, like, right? And it can be anything. It can just be like going and laying in your bed and doing nothing. It can be looking, playing a game on your phone. It could be taking a shower that you do really mindfully, right? We're just starting to do things for ourselves.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, but start slow. And I find like lots of times, especially male partners, like they want to help, but they're not good at like necessarily coming up with the thing that will work, right? So I've heard from a lot of couples too that are like, oh, I didn't even know that she wanted 30 minutes of time for herself. I would have definitely given that to you.
This sounds so familiar.
Yeah. So I think part of it is just like advocating for yourself, even in your relationship, and saying like, hey, what I need right now is, you know.
Yes.
And you can show them a thought map too and be like, hey, here's what I realized as I was going through my thought process, and this is what I need, right? It makes that like the expert then. It makes that the authority. Of your brain, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, please advocate for yourself and what you
need.
Definitely.
Well, I was thinking even with the thought map is, you know, sometimes when you're in that space of just everything going, it's so hard to keep everything in line. Right. And in order. And and I know I am a person that I am type A. Give me a schedule, give me order, and that's what I love. So the fact that I would have something in front of me that is a timeline, a thought timeline, would give me, I think I would, a ton, I would feel such at ease because of that.
And it gives you some ownership over it too, right? It's not just like, oh my God, these thoughts are in control and I can't get back, right? It's saying, wait a second, no, you don't have to try to figure it out on your own. We already figured this out.
It's
now
there.
You just sit with this and take a moment and go through it, and it's supposed to make that aspect of it, you know, easier to kind of like conceptualize and do. So.
Yeah.
So that's the goal of that. And again, if your thoughts are organized a different way, especially like you said, like a timeline, like if that would work for you, like to have a timeline of things, like I think that is a great way to do it. Right? Like just drawing your thoughts out that way and sort of seeing like, wait a second, where's the point here where like no longer am I being kind to myself? I've now become judgmental. Right. And now let's allow some other possibilities in. So do it that way. I think that's fine. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Do it however you want it.
Let's see if there's anybody else that, okay, so we answered the thought map. We're going to put that somewhere.
I'll put it somewhere.
Definitely. Good. Anybody have any questions? Comments, thoughts?
We nailed it.
We did.
Well done.
So you are in Virginia?
I'm in Virginia.
Where you are? How is the weather in Virginia?
It's been kind of gross a little bit. We've had some good days though, and I found that actually makes that makes a huge difference.
Huge.
Like with not only my mood, I've noticed, but also with if I can get the kids out, running around like a tiny bit, it doesn't seem like such a daunting thing to do.
Absolutely. Good. Yeah, it's I'm in Connecticut, and the weather is. I'm staring out a window now, and the weather is like so nice today. So
good.
I can't wait to spend it outside.
Yay! Get some sun on your face.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for having me.
Thank you.
I will be in touch, and if you need anything, of course, reach out.
Definitely.
I'm happy to talk anybody else through this. Yeah, my pleasure.
This was great.
Good. I'm really glad. All right. Talk to you guys later.
All right. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.